Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Inti Campo.
Good morning, people. How are you?
He's finally here driving the bus with me. We missed him last Friday. He's actually slept in.
Oops. Oops.
And today, wow, we're going to have like an amazing day. We're going to talk about hyperinflation based on what an ex-prudent CEO has said. Basically, hey, you know what? Wait until I think if you read between the lines, you can see that he means that that we're gonna have a possibility of hyperinflation starting to ramp up in September, and it's like this is part of the proof that I need to prove that I was telling you guys that this hyperinflation is a distinct possibility in the last quarter of this year, and he's saying basically the same without saying it. Also, we're going to talk about when to buy swap, because swap is the next big thing other than Chainlink. Next to Chainlink, swap. Everybody's talking about swap, right? And of course, we're gonna point out some Chainlink later on, but before all that, we're gonna do Bitcoin TA, and then we're gonna do questions and answers at the end of the show. And but before we get to the TA, Inti's got a few words to say.
Yes. As always, it's worth to remind you people that this video is for entertainment purposes only and this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before putting any of your hard-earned money on the market. And Davinci, I am receiving comments that the volume is low.
Ooh, okay. So how about now? Yes. How about now? Hopefully you'll be able to hear me now. Thank you for that. I just moved the mic a little bit.
Much better.
Okay,
much
good.
better.
Okay, awesome. Alrighty, so let's head over to. Let's start with. Well, I woke up this morning and my portfolio jumped quite a bit. If you want to see more details of my portfolio, of course, you have to join Pandora's Wallet subscription. However, I'm not going to suggest you do that. You're like, what? Not just yet, because we're going to be redoing the website. And when we're done with the website, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, we're going to lower the price quite a bit. So why don't you just hold off? The market's still going to be here. Hold off on buying Pandora's Wallet subscription. Get a discount in the next few weeks. And but if you're haunted to get in, you want to see what's up. You could just do a 1 month subscription. You'll get 2 months free, of course, and then you can once you get the discount, once we do discount everything, then you can purchase a few more months, of course, if you like it. All right, let's head over to the charts. Well, we closed the week off. Auto scale. A green week, another green week candle. This is good. I would have liked to see a red week, but in the middle of all of this, because I think we're going to pump, right? But I'd like to see a red week in the middle of all of it, so that the pump is like even that much more powerful. But that's okay. It still could be powerful, especially since we might be heading into hyperinflation. So yeah, looking at, I really think that Bitcoin is paused to breakout, even though anything can happen. It could come back down here to the 96 to at least the even to the 13 EMA before it takes off. But that's a serious scam wick. I mean, it's already done one scam wick already. Does it really need to do another? Right? I mean, yeah, enough's enough right here with the scam wicks already. Right? You've done lots of them, as you can see. Right? This is not necessary. This is unnecessary roughness. You know what I mean? So please, yeah, let's not have another one of these scam wicks here. I don't think that the market will do that. I think that we're poised to break out. You can see a lot of W's happening here. So yeah, there's lots of reasons why. Lots of things to say. Hey, Bitcoin's going to break out. We talked about the W's in the Pandora's Wallet group last night. I did a private video for everybody. I do one every Sunday, and we talked about a W, and I just deleted the entry point and exit point. But yeah, you can see that if you scroll back to the videos, you can see that, and that's one of the trades that we're looking at. And yeah, so let's head off to Ethereum and see if there's anything forming up there. We're saying there was nothing forming in Ethereum in reality on the hourly. Yeah, there's still nothing here. We almost came back to the stop loss. If you bought the breakout, for example, let me just see if I have the charts here for when we talked about the breakout. I wonder if it's this one or this one. No, this one. Let's check this one. We talked about a breakout. Let me see here. No. Anyways, well, we talked about a breakout of this level at the 404 level. And should it break out, what you could do is buy the 404, right? If it broke out from here, you could buy also this level, the $17 level. But if you did that, either or of these, your stop loss is the 404. And yeah, look at that. So if you were to buy this breakout at the $17 level, $417 or $418, I think it is. No, it says 417.80. If you bought it there, you would have been taking a little bit of heat. Maybe even like you probably would have moved your stop loss to that point and then, got stopped out only to see it move higher. So yeah, the 404 seems to be the stop loss point that you want to hold, and see if this thing gets higher. If we break the 445 level, you can move your stop loss up to the 417.80 or 418 really, and then see where this thing takes us to the next level, which is most likely. Let's see here. If we were to take, did we go here? So I would watch out for the 470 level for $472 level. If there is some sort of like turnaround pause or anything around that could be that could spell serious danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. And yeah, we could be in for a turnaround the other way around, but I don't think so. I think we'll probably blast through that. That's a little bit. It's only a small issue. I really think that around the 560 level is where we're headed to. Let me see if I have. No, I don't. I took that off. I remember taking it off last night. I had like AB equals CD level, some pointing into the 560 area, which means we'll probably do a little bit higher, maybe closer to the 600. Okay. Yeah. Well, as you know, an ex-Prudent CEO came out, right? George Paul, he came out and said to buy Bitcoin, even though he was like, before he was like, you don't want to buy that nonsense. You don't want to have any of that. He came out and said, you got to buy it. And what's interesting about what he said here, right, and is that is not the fact that you should buy Bitcoins, is the fact that he sees in September people adjusting their portfolio to assume that, wait a second, they're going to stop printing and we're going to pay for it through inflation, basically. So everybody's going to buy inflation hedges. but basically, right? So, I mean, that's what I got from this, and from the first part of there. Not the fact that he said buy Bitcoin. That was just a cherry on the top, right? Right? That's like, yeah, dude. I'm not gonna say that there's gonna be hyperinflation, but you should buy Bitcoin because you want to protect your assets. And I'm like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. That's an example. Bitcoin is an example of assets that an asset that will protect you from the government printing press. And you should check this out from Coin Daily, right? These guys have their own commentary, and you could listen to them. I really like these guys, so check out. If you're not subscribed to Alt Daily, head over there and check them out. Link is in the description. Yeah, they got their channel back a while ago, and then link is in the description below. Alrighty, so moving right on. When should you buy TrustSwap? Right, because everybody's talking about TrustSwap, this new coin that came out. I don't know, less than 2 months ago, right? And no, probably even less than a month ago. Yeah, just over a month ago. And it's like all the way up from 7 cents to $1.15 in like no time flat. I mean, my God, people really, wow. Everybody's buying everything and anything, and I don't know if this thing's going to work out. I don't know. I've been down this road with what's it called, Swarm. They promised the exact same thing, and I got nothing. So I don't know. But where should you buy it? Definitely not here. Not at all. Just don't. Just please don't. Don't do that. Right? If you're interested in buying this thing, right? Looking at it, I know this place does not have a lot of liquidity, this is what's it called, Poloniex, right? And I'm pretty much out of this this exchange, but I do have an account here, so I might be interested. I'm interested in getting a little bit of this stuff, but not at the prices that they're selling it at. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is the 61.8 is what I'm looking at, and I might, and if it does not come back, I'm not interested. I'm just not. I can't deal with people's hype cycle mentality. Oh my God, you gotta pick up the swap, man. I got it from early days, and you gotta buy it right now. I'm like, no, man, no. Right? I buy lows. I don't buy highs. Thank you very much. Right? And you should do the same. But hey, if you want to chase, right, and you want to, give the people who have purchased this coin in advance some more money, be my guest. That's totally up to you. The same thing I feel about Link, right? Everybody's saying Link. Now I'm getting the Link to $200 kind of calls, and I'm like, oh, geez. Yeah, sure, right? If I'm right about hyperinflation, isn't $200 a good place for Link? Yeah, maybe, but it doesn't mean you'll be getting value. It could be what's it called? Going up to $200 in dollars, but crashing in real value, and that's going to be really hard to see in the coming months, right? And you'll probably see it better in Bitcoin price. So meanwhile, this thing is going to $200. This thing could be coming all the way back, priced in Bitcoin at the same time. So whilst Bitcoin's moving a lot faster and a lot higher, you could see this thing coming all the way back to the 61.8, which is at 86,000 sats, right? Very easily. And whilst people who are like, yeah, man, my link's going up. It's $200. Right? Yeah. Okay. You're not making money, dude. You just don't realize it. And it's going to be that kind of crazy, right? If I'm right and we go into hyperinflation, you are going to make huge financial mistakes and not even know it, and get wiped out, even though the price is going higher. Right, so that's the worst kind of. So if you're one of those dollar bugs who just constantly look at, oh yeah, I've got more dollars. That's what they want. They've got you right where they want you, right? So that you could stay in that Roach Motel, right, where you check in and you don't check out, because once things start to roll, right? I wouldn't be surprised if becomes a point where where exchanges don't trade the Bitcoin because the bid just moves up too fast and they have to like stop, right? The regular exchanges, the centralized exchanges have to like go, okay, wait a second, and have to like pause the market because everybody's pulled all their asks. That's it. And there's no asks on Bitcoin. Oh my God. If that happens, oof, wow. That's going to be very interesting. I hope, you know what? I read about the president investigating UFOs. I'm like, no, we don't need that for 2020. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Alrighty. What's it called? Bybit. What's it called? No, I'm lost my words. Competition has started, and yeah, we're doing okay, 6%. Still going to see how well we do. Not sure with 78 people in the competition. Who knows if where we place? But if we do something, I think if we place somewhere decent, I might share share the wealth with some of our people. Wow, this number one guy. Wow, look at this guy. He's at 25%. Not bad at all. Alrighty. Okay. With that said, let's head over to the question and answer period of the day.
This is my favorite part. So we have a question from Mr. Kim Allen. Kim Allen asks, I was wondering, did you ever check what a simple buy and hold strategy would have bought you at different times since 2010 compared to the little lady?
Well, I did not do a study on that. However, Brian Beamish from the Rational Investor, who actually came up with the little lady strategy, actually, and it's all thanks to him. So if you want to check out his courses, right, you can do so, by heading over to the Rational Investors .davincej15.com, and you'll get like a $50 discount on the classes. And he on his, if you even just pay, I think if you just pay to get into the group chat, right, which is like I think $50 a month, right, Inti?
I think it's even cheaper, and you have a free week.
Okay, yeah. So you could see that he did a study on the difference between buy and hold, and versus the little old lady strategy, and you can see that the little old lady strategy is a clear winner, hands down. And the reason why is simple, is because markets go up and markets go down, and then they go up and then they come back down, and then they go up again and then they come back down. And so if you were to, buy the lows, sell the highs, right, and you do that multiple times, then you're going to make more money than if you just bought the lows and waited, right, for it to get to a certain crazy high. Of course. So because you will have more of the coin, and you have also the money that you made from the coin, trading the coin, trading in and out of the coin. Well, not trading in and out, but really just by selling the coin on a half, on a double, every single time. All right, next question.
All right. So this one is really easy, but it's awesome. This one is from Shannon Alexander. He says, can a satoshi be divided into smaller units? Yes. Therefore, creating more Bitcoin?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and Peter Schiff has said that as well. And he said that there's trillions of Bitcoins, and I had to point out that you know what, you're a billionaire and you don't understand divisibility. Okay, let me just explain it to you, right? If I have an apple and I can like split it into a trillion pieces, right, and give everybody an apple, is that true? Am I giving everybody an apple because I could cut it up into small pieces? Really, no, right? Why not? Why not?
Because it's still being the same whole unit.
Exactly.
I just divide it into smaller pieces.
Exactly.
So we can have some.
Yeah, exactly. And so
you don't create more apples.
Exactly. You don't create more apples. You have only tiny pieces of an apple. And obviously, you'd want a whole apple, not a tiny piece, right? Or an atom of an apple, right? It's just not going to help. It's not going to cut it. So, the divisibility, what that gives us, right, is the fact that what economists like to point out is whenever a local economy doesn't have enough money, right? Because all the money, because economies work like this. For example, you produce an asset, right? And these guys over here want to buy it. So they buy it with their money, and the money flows over to where the money flows over from one place to another. And so what tends to happen is the people that want to buy it, right? They end up, you might have an economy where you produce everything and even services, right? And then because the people with the money, they spend it all over to the people who actually produce. And so there comes an effect over time, slowly, where all the money just drains over to the economy that actually produces. And then what happens is that because the economy that has the money spent it all, they don't have a lot of money left over, except for people who are like, yeah, I'm noticing that people are spending all their money and not saving. I'm going to start saving. And then there's, of course, the people who do save, and they're going to have the money in that group or in that continent or that city or that town or whatever it is. They'll have very little money in that town. But because it's divisible now into very, very tiny parts, they can live off of small amounts of money. And because they're using tiny pieces of the money, right? The people who have all the money now, right, that produced everything, they can go, hey, you know what? We don't need to produce anything anymore. Those guys, they have to produce, and they want our money, so we're going to spend it over there, and it's really, really cheap because they have to live off small amounts of money. And so then slowly money flows back to the other side of the economy. And that's normal, right? Unfortunately, what happens is in the economy where people are poor and stuff like that and don't have a lot of money, what tends to happen is everybody goes, well, the reason why we're all poor, there's not enough money. And that's the big mistake.
It's like backwards.
And so they try to, create more. There is lots of money. It's just, you have to produce something in order to get that money. And it's mostly the cause for the fact that there's not enough money is mostly comes from people who've gone into debt. Because in the example of the poor economy that we're spending, they generally also spend money in the future as well. They spend debt money. And then, of course, because the economy is shrinking and they didn't realize it, once the local economy has shrunk to a certain size where even working to pay off your debt is not sufficient, because everything's so cheap, and so you have to produce things cheaply in the local economy in order to receive an income, and that's not enough to pay your debt. So you feel that there's not enough money in the economy, and that obviously you call for, hey, you know what, we need elastic money that can expand so we can have more. Yeah, so that you can pay your debt off on a lower value. Nobody. You screwed up. All right, next question.
Okay, next question. We have a super chat from Mr. Felipe Ferreira, and he asks, targets and entry points for band.
Targets and entry points for band. I don't think we're going to find any, and let's take a look at that.
Thank you very much for your donation, Mr.
Okay, because maybe we could find some entry points in the sense of, hey, rollbacks where you would start buying maybe. Wow, okay. I like what I see there, right? This might be a blow off top, right? Might be. It looks like we're doing that same kind of wedge pattern, and with the fact that September rolling around, and if George is correct, right? We might see a crazy nonstop. Honestly, there could be a possibility we could see a crazy nonstop cryptocurrency altcoin boom like we've never seen before, and that would be an exception, not the rule. So consider that. I know you might feel, oh really, Davinci? Is that true? I should go buy this now. Then I should buy this now. That's not prudent. This is the likely. Okay. I know that I'm saying that hyperinflation is coming, right? But I could be wrong, right? And because we have to play the odds, right? We have to play the odds and not go by our emotions. And there is information that says that hyperinflation is coming, but keep in mind that the Federal Reserve, federal government sees exactly what I see. So I'm sure somebody's got a plan for this, right? So you never know. And I have to say that because I got burned in 2008 because I told everybody in my office. I didn't get quite burned. I told people that all the banks were going to collapse, right? And so to get your money out and not leave your money in banks, because it's going to be an unbelievable time, because every single bank and major banks will collapse, and only ones that are well capitalized, maybe smaller banks, will survive. And so everybody laughed at me. Everybody said, "No, that's impossible, Davinci. No way." Yeah, at my office, I'm like, I'm telling you, I even went on vacation to watch it all happen. And so, where I got it wrong was, I thought the government would do nothing. The United States government would not, bail out people who clearly were incompetent and made clear and obvious mistakes. But I was wrong by that. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I knew I should have known that they would not let that happen. That's what a lot of people said. Oh yeah, AIG is going to collapse. Please, they're not going to let that happen. Right? They were right. They're not going to let that happen. So with that said, right? With that said, I'm saying that although I could see a possibility that this continues nonstop, like all other assets continue higher and higher nonstop. The probability that they could come up with some sort of solution, temporary solution at least, and it's only going to be temporary, right? is probably a lot higher than than this going high and everything else going higher. So hedge your bets. If you're already in this thing, keep your cool, right? Keep your powder, keep your whatever you've got in this. Make sure you're taking some profits, of course, and see if it goes higher, because it could go higher, right? But where you want to buy, right, and where I would be interested in buying is on a rollback to the 61.8. And it's interesting how it's just above this level here, this breakout level here, which I would consider significant. And also the next point, which is also beautifully significant, is the 88.6, which is another jump off point, which is a good place to consider, going full bore, maybe on a purchase if it comes all the way back down there. I mean, when I say full bore, I mean like maximum 2%, not maximum 2%, maximum 5% if you really, really love this thing. And if you're not really in love with this thing, then a maximum of 2%, right? But up here, maybe you throw in 0.5% or less, right? At the 61.8, because you never know how far this thing is going to go down. But yeah, so the 61.8 is a good jump off point. Now, there's another caveat to this. Because we could draw the fibs in multiple ways, right? This is correct. Unfortunately, this is correct, right? And this is correct right here. What's the most likely point, 61.8, to come back to? Well, it helps to see that if the 61.8 lines up with some sort of return to normalcy or something like that, or return to a point where, hey, there was a breakout point, which this is right here as a breakout point, then you can see that maybe I'm drawing the 61.8 in the right location, right? So right here, you can see this could also be considered a good point for the 61.8 because it's close enough to the breakout point up here. You could also see down here, right? Way down here. You can see the 61.8 is also close enough to the breakout point. It really helps you figure out where you want to draw your fibs. And all these points here, even going up to here, are all valid places where it last bottomed are valid places to draw your fibs to. So I think this is the most logical place, and this is the most logical place that the prices will come back to. Unfortunately, this thing looks poised to go higher, right? We might not get a 61.8, and you might have to just go, oh well, next project, because you know what, the market is filled with projects, and you don't have to feel bad that one just got away. You'll find another. All right, next question.
Right. So this is another super chat from Mr. I think it's Mr. Sagar Rochline, I think it's called. Sorry if I pronounce your name badly. He asked, thoughts on SNX and Lend.
SNX and Lend. I'm gonna just to be fair, right? I'm just going to choose one of those coins because if everybody, because you know what, people will just start mentioning multiple coins, so and just to get more information out, and then just to be fair, to allow other people to get a chance to mention. To actually comment or have a question and stuff like that, I'm just going to stick with one coin, and that's going to be SNX. S as in Sam, N as in Nancy, X as in X-ray. Is that correct?
Yes.
Alrighty, so this coin is new, and I've never heard of this thing before. it's already popped off a little bit. Not interested in buying up here, even though it hasn't like gone crazy or anything like that. But if I want to buy this, I'm thinking right somewhere closer to where the W pop jumped off is a good place to buy. Notice how the 61.8 is not lined up with that. That could mean this thing could go higher still, help line up the 61.8 with that area there. But yeah, I'll just keep drawing my fibs. Maybe I'll buy this like the 50% level, which is a decent point. And I don't know if I am truly interested in this thing because it's too new. If we go to 4 hour, can we see anything showing up, jumping out at me? Not really. And yeah, that's it. That's the only play I would go with on this. Now, is it at the end of the world if you bought it up here? Probably not. But I'm a cheapskate, so I'm going to wait for this to come back before I actually buy into this if I'm interested in buying at all. All right, next question.
Next question. This one is from Yahia, 1980, from Twitch. Yahia asks, Ethereum 2.0 failed on testnet. Do you have any comments about this?
I don't think it failed. It's just there's a bug, right? And when you're testing software, right? And that's why it's a test net. Any issues are not failures. They're actually what you wanted to see. you wanted to see problems on the test net, not on the main net, right? So that you can fix it and resolve it. So that's all. They're resolving the problem, right? And that's the thing. You know what? The best thing for you to see, right? Which will most likely happen more on Ethereum than on Bitcoin. But if it does happen on Bitcoin, right? If there's a major flaw found on Bitcoin or Ethereum, you're gonna watch the price drop like a rock stone, and you better be there with your hands out because you have to understand it's software, and there will be a high probability that it will get repaired. And if it gets repaired, the price will swing right back up. Exactly where it was, where it started off. So, yeah, you better keep your, keep a couple of stink bids way, way below the market so that you can profit from that if that were to ever occur, but I doubt it. I doubt there will be some sort of bug in Bitcoin or Ethereum that crashes the market. Most likely in Ethereum if it does happen at all. But that's the risk you take, right? With this bleeding edge technology. All right, next question.
All right. This is from 80 set 947 from Twitch also. And says, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin Cash?
Bitcoin Cash. Let's see here. I don't know. Honestly, at first, I kind of agreed with the what's it called, the increasing the block size, but after realizing what that really meant, with regards to the size of the blockchain and being able to manage it. Now, think about this, right? To run a full archive node with all the states of Ethereum, is anybody aware how much you'd need in space in order to do that? I'm sure you're not, but I do, right? In order to fully keep every single state and every single information, not a full node, but a full archive node with all states, you'd need 4 terabytes of drive space. 4 terabytes. And at the exponential growth of Ethereum, you'll need another 4 terabytes in less than a year. So that's an example of how fast Ethereum is growing, because of its lack of limitations on the block size. So can you imagine that with Bitcoin? That would mean very few people could run a node. Very few. If we had even so much as a 2 terabyte, what's it called? Block size. 2 terabytes of data. It'd be very difficult for the average person to run a node, and you can't have that. You can't have that. You need to be able to. Everyone's got to be able to run a node, and it's got to be quite simple. And yeah, I think that was a good choice. Now that looking back, right? At first I disagreed, but looking back and having a discussion with some of the development team, I realized that I was wrong, and this choice of limiting the block size was the correct one. All right, let's do 2 more questions and call it a day.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay. So we have one from Maximiliano Ramirez. Maximiliano says, "Greeting from Chile, my friend. We are at 8 in the morning, listening to the TA. I hope you can talk about our economy a little bit."
From the Chilean economy? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, you know, yeah. Well, as you know, we were just slowly coming out of lockdown here in Santiago. There's, they finally opened up the downtown area, and this has taken the toll on a lot of people here in Chile. A lot of businesses have gone bust. A lot of businesses have closed, and also there's been a lot of bailout money being handed out to all these businesses just as badly as they have done in the United States. This will result in the same kind of end result that the U.S. will have, which is a hyperinflationary event. But that would be not because we printed as much money as them. We did not print anywhere near, in percentage wise, much money as they did. However, because Chile is a resource-rich country, when Chile sells a resource to another country, they pay for it in dollars and they send dollars here, and this country stores those dollars in the central bank. And the central bank here in Chile has those dollars just in case a Chilean wants to buy something abroad. And that is basically a storage of all the wealth. Basically, just assume that you extracted the wealth from the ground, right? And you gave it to somebody, and then they gave you an IOU, right? And you're thinking, well, you know what? This IOU has value. I'm going to hold it because it's a replacement for all the stuff that I extracted from the ground, right? Now I don't have the stuff from the ground anymore. I only have the IOU, so I can go and buy that stuff that I gave you, right? No, because those IOUs are now worthless. So then you become poor, and this, right? And this is the sad thing of our current financial system, right? They're gonna wipe out everybody, and it's not just here, not just Chile. I think that the government here is going to institute martial law during the hyperinflation again, right? And also we're going to have more. They've already proved that they can just manage the people, but I don't know where they're going to get the money or the wealth in order to feed everybody and give everybody stuff. But you know what? At least, you know what? We could actually produce stuff here in Chile. That's a good thing. We can produce a lot of food, right? And feed everybody here in Chile, right? The question is, will they do that, right? And that will be the main question. Should I be correct? And we head into hyperinflation in the fourth quarter of this year. All right, so that's my thoughts on Chile.
Excuse me, sir. We have two super chats, and they are really short. I think you can answer them quick.
Yeah,
Can we
sure.
go through them too?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this one is from Mr. Yoki GK. Thank you very much, sir, for your donation. And he says, if the dollar crashes next year, it will be also bad for stablecoins backed by USD. How would you take profit? Are stablecoins backed by gold an option?
Yeah, you don't want to be holding stable coins, of course, in the hyperinflation, because it's the same thing, and you'll find that those things will drop even faster because they're more liquid than your banknotes. And the reason why is because they can they'll have, like, what's it called, currency controls, in order to slow down the hyperinflation, right? So they'll prevent you from using your money in the bank, whilst a stable coin is easier to use and faster to use. So that means that it will drop in value a lot faster than the US dollar would. So I would consider being careful with that, with the stable coin. What I would suggest is you hold Bitcoin, you hold Ethereum, those are the solid coins. Why hold a derivative of something when you have an asset that's final settlement and is going to do extremely well in the hyperinflationary event? Just doesn't make any sense to hold something that's not real. That's a synthetic of something else, a synthetic price of something else. It just doesn't make any sense. All right, next question.
Okay, so this one is a super chat from Ronnie D. And he says, what's a good percentage to move from USD savings to crypto? And would you go all in on Bitcoin or have some in Ethereum as well?
Okay, I'm going to answer this question as if it was me, and it's not going to be the right answer for you, right?
Meaning
I'll
no
explain.
financial advice.
Exactly. So you're asking if what I would do, and because I know what Bitcoin is, because I'm willing to accept the risks behind Bitcoin, and I understand should those risks play out, right? That I still have abilities, right? I still have the ability to generate wealth. I still have the ability to learn new technologies and go forward and continue living. Should all that money, all that wealth, like I have a large sum in my Bitcoin, in my cryptocurrencies. Let's just assume that went to zero today. Would I be crying? Yes, I probably would be, but would I be dying? Meaning that would I be able to afford the house that I live in? Yes, I will. Right? Would I be able to afford? To get another job? Yes, I can. Would I be able to eat? Yes, I can. And if that's true, right, then going all in should be easy for you. And well, for me, it's easy, right? And that's why I'm all in, right? Not totally all in, of course, right? Because I do have gold, I have silver, right? And I have this house as well. So, and of course, I am selling it for cryptocurrencies, but I'm waiting for that's going to take some time to happen, and it's not overnight. So, but that's just me, right? It may not be the right choice for you. So, really consider what would happen. Consider what would happen if I'm completely wrong, completely wrong, and deal with it from that point of view. Say, okay, I want to invest everything. Now, if I do that, what will happen if everything goes to zero? Assume that. What will happen to me? And if you're not willing to accept that, then you need to back off, right, from how much you need to invest, right? And that's how you should deal with it. All right. Next question.
All right. Oh, you want to answer more? Okay.
Okay. One last question, and we'll call it a day.
Okay. This is a super chat from the Road Runner. He says, "Can you take a look at Cardano, please, Davinci?"
Yeah. We'll do a quick TA of ADA. TA of ADA. Priced in Bitcoin, of course, because we don't want to hold a useless currency. All right. Well, wow. Okay. I was hoping it came back to the 61.8, right? And from this jump off point, right down here, I ignore the wick, the what's it called, the scam wick, and you can see that we might be actually popping off here on this. Is there a fundamental event going on with this thing sometime soon? I do believe so. I do believe their mainnet Shelly is supposed to be finally launched in September, no, it's already has, right? I think it already has. And so I don't know. This looks like a bullish bullish flag, bull flag, right? And a bear trap, right? So bullish flag, bear trap, where we could break out of this and go a lot higher. Or no, actually, we could only just go up to this, like right up to this point before we roll over. So it's really difficult to say. It could be popping off, right? I don't trade altcoins that often. There are some occasions where I do, but I usually don't. And so there is a trade here, but it may not take you to, like, the little lady can't trade this, right? She wouldn't take the trade may not take her to a double. So because of that, I would say, yeah, if this thing breaks out of this downward slope, you can see this come up to at least to test close to the top, which is at the $16 sat area. And if it does that, that's where you'd probably want to consider taking some profits and seeing if it can go higher. I'm just going to sit with my little old lady sell order right up here and not even concern myself with anything else. And of course, the little lady, she's interested in buying if it fell a little bit lower than where it is. But if it doesn't, whatever. Right? She's not concerned, right? She's looking for her cheap. She's a cheapskate. She's looking for her bargain basement Walmart prices, right? Everyday low prices. So that's what she's gonna do. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks you for participating in the stream. I wonder how many people in this live stream showed up.
550 on YouTube,
yeah,
and 25 on Twitch.
Thank you for also watching on Twitch. I will be trying to get more people on Twitch. I just need to spend more time studying how to use Twitch. I haven't had enough. I haven't had the time because I've been working on so many other projects to really focus on how to use Twitch, right, and how to maximize my ability on Twitch. But I will get to that, and I will be giving away prizes and stuff like that, especially for loyalty on Twitch and stuff like that, if I can do it. So please smash the like button. I noticed that there's not the like to people watching ratio is not that great. So if you like the stream, if you appreciate it, at my question and answer period, please hit the like button. And yeah, if you haven't seen the videos popping up, please check them out. And cheers for now. Bye, people.
Bye, people. Have a good day.
And we're ending stream.